Hello and welcome to tonight's match. This is day 2 of the NCAA tournament. We are the Sweet 16. This is the second match of the day. For this match, we have Vassar against Cal Lutheran. The winner of this match will advance to the Elite 8 and play NYU tomorrow evening. We'll get started with the starting lineups, starting with Vassar.
Tucker Schern at libero. Walter Birnbaum opposite. Tobias Clark outside. Armand Desai, middle blocker. Billy Fan outside. Gavin Akoto.
And for Cal Lutheran, Kingsman, we have Ben Weber outside, Parker Brown, middle blocker, Gavin Galensky at setter, Jordan Cooper, outside hitter, Michael Stahl, right side, and Boris Horik, middle blocker. And at libero, we have Braden Gonzalez.
This match, especially going to be interesting for both teams. It's the rematch of the 2024 Men's Volleyball Division III National Championship match. Last year, the Kingsmen came out on top over Vassar. Vassar looking to avenge that loss, and the Kingsmen are looking for back-to-back national championships. For Cal Lutheran, 21-6 on this season. They finished the regular season as the top Division III independent program, which earned them the 4th of 5 at-large bids into the tournament. They have 8 wins over nationally ranked teams, and most recently took down number 18 UC Santa Cruz in 5 sets to secure their spot in the tournament.
Yeah, and Vassar forced to be reckoned with themselves. They're coming in. They fell in the semifinals of the UVC tournament, but they earned themselves an at-large bid. They are a team with incredible fight. They took number 1 ranked NYU to 5 sets. With that, we have first serve on the way. Payne Lounsbury back to serve for the Brewers. What a serve.
Pass by Gonzalez. Back to Weber. Out of system to Birnbaum. Dug up. Out of system. Weber. Schern with the dig. Lounsbury goes to Desai, who puts it away.
At 6'8", he reaches over the block of the Kingsmen. Gets the Brewers started off all fired up there. Great defensive grit from Schern to start off the match.
Lounsbury to serve again. Passed by Weber. Galansky to Brown in the middle.
He responds. Armand Desai getting a kill to start off the match.
Not surprising that both teams trying to establish the middle right away. Establishing the middle holds the blockers, makes it a lot easier for the pins to get in one-on-one situations. Weber serves to Schern. Lounsbury is going to go back to Fan. Dug up
by Stahl.
Cooper rolls it over. Clark's going to set Birnbaum out of system. Rolls it over again. Dug up Galansky. One-handed set. Back to Horuk. Tools the block. Gets that kill.
That was a Stahl with the kill. Great rally there. I mean, very competitive match already. It's only been 3 points. What a serve.
Ben Weber
of the match.
Fan with the pass, Lounsbury. Gonna go to Desai in the middle.
Again, it's only been 5 points, 2 kills for Armand Desai off the perfect pass. Payne Lounsbury with the assist. Armand Desai on fire. A 6'8" senior for the Brewers. Billy Fan back to serve. We have Tobias Clark back in the front row.
Serve goes wide. Parker Brown's going to head back for the Kingsmen. Boris Horuk checks in the game. Schern passes it to Lounsbury. Going to go to Desai, get in the middle. Is rejected at the net. Outside to Clark. Sets a little bit high.
Goes a little wide outside the antenna. Tobias Clark not able to save that. Point goes to the Kingsmen. An early lead here for Cal Lutheran by 3.
Pass by Fan. Back to Desai. Desai tips it just wide, but there's a net violation called on the Kingsmen. It's going to be a Brewer point, and Armand Desai will head back to serve. Weber with the pass, out of system. Cooper swinging on the outside, ball goes long. Good aggressive swing by Cooper. Still early in the first set, room for error, may as well take a swing.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper is leading the Kingsmen in kills with 325, so we'll be seeing a lot more of him swinging for Cal.
Desai floats it into the net. 2-point lead for the Kingsmen as Michael Stahl heads back to the service line. Another serve into the net.
Both teams warming up here. Both teams have not played in the NCAA tournament yet. So both teams are fresh. Warming up here in the first set. Walter Birnbaum back to serve.
Spins it over to Gonzalez.
What a kill!
Jordan Cooper hammers that one down. He earned ABCA All-Region for the second straight year, along with Michael Stahl. He'll serve for Cal Lu now. Pass by Billy Fans, a little tight. Lounsbury makes the save. Birnbaum out of the back row, tips it over. Out of system set by Cooper to Weber. Dug up by Fan. Lounsbury is going to go back to Birnbaum out of the back row. Cooper gets the dig. Lounsbury to Okoto in the middle.
What a kill. What a connection. Lounsbury establishing the middle connection early on, both with Armand Desai and Gavin Okoto. Straight down in the middle of the court, able to find a hole in the block. Tobias Clark back to serve for the Brewers. And he misses his serve long. It's 3 service errors for the Brewers already. Cal Lutheran at 8 points. Horuk back to serve.
Fan with that pass. Lounsbury's going to go outside to Fan. Down the line, dug up by Stahl. Outside, Weber is rejected at the net. Out of system set. He's going to try again. He gets that one down. Lounsbury and Okoto looking for the overcall on him, but the point goes in favor of the Kingsmen. Horrick still at the line. Pass by Sharon. Lounsbury and run it down. Set it to Fan.
Ooh. Blocked straight down by Brown. Looks like the sets are going a little high for Billy Fan, forcing him to have to hang in the air for a little bit. The block is set up on him early on. We're going to send it down to Coco for some courtside commentary.
So they're also being able to incorporate that in the middle of gameplay, which is definitely a big advantage for them. So we'll see how they continue to do that in the rest of this set. But what a great start to this first set. This was actually the same 2 teams that played in the national championship last year. So this is a highly anticipated match, and we'll see how it plays out. Back up to you, Uni.
Yeah, I mean, Vassar has traditionally in the last couple of matches started off a little bit slower. And we see that here today. The score is 10-6. They're down by 4 points. But they are able to come back. They're a team with a lot of fight again. They lost the first 2 sets to NYU, and they almost reverse swept them, lost by 2 points in the 5th set. So a lot of volleyball left for the Brewers. Lutheran holding down the ground and misses his serve. Successful timeout call by head coach Gary. Okoto back to serve for the Brewers. Armand Desai back in the game.
Outside to Weber is rejected at the net. Vassar recovers off the block. Fan's going to tip it right over. Up by Weber. Out of the back row, it's Cooper.
Ooh, Okoto not able to get a dig. Cooper with the swing. Great placement there, middle in the back row. Number 10, first-year setter running the offense for the Kingsmen. Back to serve. Van tries the tip again, doesn't quite work. Outside, Tucker Shern with a dig. Lounsbury to Birnbaum. Dug out again. Armand Desai reaches over the block of Brown. Scores the point for the Brewers. Payne Lounsbury back to serve. The Brewers still trail by 3. The Kingsmen are up by... The score is 11-8. Miss serve again. That's the 4th one in the first set. They're down by 4. These unforced errors are going to make a big difference in the Sweet 16 right now.
Ben Weber back to serve for the Kingsmen. Desai out of the middle, hammers that crossbody to deep zone 1.
He is on fire in this first set. Lounsbury, great decision by him to keep feeding him the ball off a perfect pass. Armand Desai doing such a great job finding the angles, finding the hardwood for the Brewers. Billy Fan back to serve. Tobias Clark back in the front row.
Pass by Gonzalez. Outside, Cooper. Big swing on the outside. Deep left corner. Right in between Fan and Shern. Jordan Cooper, leader in kills for the Kingsmen. 3:25 before this game. Payne Lounsbury is going to go back to Birnbaum.
What
off the hands.
Swing. So much power behind this that hit. Off the hands of Cooper. Armand Desai back to serve. Okoto checks back in.
Weber with the pass.
Ooh, shut down by Tobias Clark.
Golansky trying to move the ball around here. Certain hitters are having better success than others, but still trying to get everyone on his offense going.
Yeah, first-year setter playing in the Elite 8. Very exciting for him. Lounsbury with a defensive grit, despite being a setter responsible for the second touch. Not quite able to get the ball over. Stahl back to serve. Miss serve into the net. That was Stahl. Point goes to the Brewers. Walter Birnbaum back to serve. The Brewers trail by 2.
Fan with the dig. Lounsbury going to go to Birnbaum out of the back row.
What a dig by libero Gonzalez.
Dug by Birnbaum Lansbury to Okoto in the middle. Another dig by Gonzalez. Galansky unable to get the second touch on that.
Okoto with a smart play. The first kill didn't go down, so he decides to tip it right over. Great read by Gonzalez. A little bit cheated too early short into the court. Point goes to the Brewers. Birnbaum back to serve. What a serve. Early service ace for Walter Birnbaum. All tied up here, 14-14.
Birnbaum serves it to Cooper. Glancy's going to go outside to Cooper. Cooper gets the tool off the hands of Clark and Okoto. And he'll head back to the service line. Subs being made for the Brewers.
Shanel coming in to serve. Apologies to receive in the back line.
And Bonnie heading into place on front row for Lansbury. Cooper's serve into the net. Tobias Clark heading back for the Brewers.
Stall. Tobias Clark with a dig.
What a dig by Cooper. Shanel's going to go back to Bonnie.
Misses wide that time, arguing for a touch. Point goes to the Kingsmen.
Parker Brown returning to the front row as Horuk heads to the service line. Pass by Fan. Shanel's going to go to the middle. Gavin Okoto.
The two middles of the Brewers really showing up here in the first set, scoring the majority of the points for the Brewers. And there's Armand Desai checking back in. Okoto back to serve.
Desai leading the match in kills already with 5. Dug by Clark. Desai steps into set. Fans going high line. Outside to Weber. Dug up by Clark. Shanel's going outside to Fan.
And that's a kill. Net violation call on the Kingsmen.
The Vassars take the lead, 17-16. Gavin Okoto at the service line for Vassar.
Again, they're a team that takes a little bit to warm up, but looks like they're on fire right now. 17-16. Tipped. Okoto is there. Misses long, off to the side. Timeout call on the Kingsmen. The Vassar Brewers really able to turn it around here out of that last timeout. We're down to 1 timeout each for both teams. The score is 18-16. And we're going to send it down to Coco.
Yes, thank you, Uni. So I think what it's really good to notice here is that Vassar just switched to a 6-2. Previously, they were running a 5-1, and they put in number 4. So I think that their coaches just want them to have a bigger block up on this CLU team. They were doing really well executing, but now we see that Vassar's being a little bit more efficient with their hitting percentage, which has helped them to catch up to CLU and make this now more even game. And now Vassar's leading by 2 points. So I think it's good that they're thinking on their feet. They're really just kind of going with the flow of this game and trying to see how they can strategize to win. So we'll see how this ends up looking in the latter half of this set. Back up to you, Uni.
Thank you, Coco. Yeah, the Brewers really able to turn it around. The Kingsmen with the early lead earlier on in this first set. Service run by Okoto and Armand Desai, a standout. He's been really killing it. Kudos to the first touch of the Brewers, able to get Desai the ball.
Galansky is going to go back to stall. Out of the back row. Goes off to size block, and it's a kill for stall. Flying out of that back row. Galansky to serve for Cal Lutheran.
Armand Desai again. That's his 7th kill. I mean, he's just unstoppable right now. The middle blocker is struggling a little bit to kind of reach above the 6'8" middle blocker of the Brewers. Payne Lounsbury checks back in.
Along with Walter Birnbaum.
Oh my goodness, service ace for Payne Lounsbury, a senior on the Brewers. He is leading the team in aces, also ranked nationally number 9 in the NCAA for aces, off the platform of the libero, Gonzalez. And there it is again, he misses long that time. 18-20, the Kingsmen are down by 2.
Pass by Sharon Lounsbury is going to get it to Desai in the middle.
Armand Desai, every ball he's touched has been a kill. 8th kill in the first set as a middle blocker.
Armand Desai just unstoppable at the net. The Kingsmen unable to yet come up with a solution for his attack. Billy Fan now at the service line.
Service ace. How exciting for the Brewers. They were missing a couple of serves in the beginning of the match. They're really able to find their rhythm here. They're really excited about that one. Yeah, the Brewers, again, really able to turn the page for themselves. Cal Lutheran struggling on the first touch a little bit. Looks like they're struggling off serve receive. The Brewers are really at an advantage here. Really controlled first touch. They're able to run the middle, as we know. Armand Desai being fed a lot, getting a kill, really executing for the Brewers. Cal Lutheran struggling out of system a little bit. The setter is taking the ball behind the 10-foot line majority of the time, not able to find his middle hitter, having to force the ball in the back row or to his 2 pins. Vassar taking advantage of that. They have a 4-point lead. The score is 22-18 coming out of this timeout. No more timeouts for the Kingsmen. Billy Fan back to serve for the Brewers. Ooh, just tapes the end line. Cooper picks it up.
Shern with the diving dig. Lounsbury going to go back to Birnbaum. Send it to the deep corner. Dug up by Weber. Galansky to Cooper.
Triple block.
Desai is stopped at the net. Out of system. Cooper's going to take a swing on the outside. Dug up by Shern. Clark out of system, and the Brewers unable to get that play over. What a rally regardless. Great defensive efforts from both sides. Horuk checking back in as Brown is at the service line for the Kingsmen.
Armand Desai. Oh my goodness, having the performance of his career right now. A senior middle blocker, one of his last games of his career. He's really showing up in the Sweet 16 right now against Cal Lutheran.
Brewers get the point, and Desai will head back. Desai gets himself an ace, and the Brewers take the first set.
Wow, what an incredible comeback. I mean, they were down, had a little bit of a slow start, struggling with the unforced errors. Cal Lutheran not able to turn the page out of that last timeout that they had. Come on, Desai really showing up for the Brewers here. Apologies, he's a sophomore, not a senior. So much young talent. A lot of senior leadership on the Brewers as well. Payne Lounsbury running the offense for the Brewers, doing such a great job distributing the ball, finding his middles. Akoto as well, a senior, doing such a great job finding the court. A little more technical with his shots, finding multi-shots, tips off the block, swings to get the point for the Brewers. We're going to send it down to Coco for a courtside interview.
Okay, so I'm here with Annie Ju, who is also a volleyball player, Division III at Colorado College. Just here to watch this game. So Annie, as a volleyball player yourself, how would you say Vassar was able to come back from that deficit and win that first set?
I think their serving gave them like a lot of momentum, and that carried over into like their play after like they kept on serving.
Yeah, awesome. And going into this second set, like knowing momentum is such a big part of this game. Like, how do you think that the Kingsmen can turn this around and get this second set so they're both even 1-1?
I think definitely like keeping your serves in and aggressive, and then also like making sure like when they're hitting, like they're calling shots and like not hitting, like they're getting on one-on-one, but they're hitting into the block. So.
Yeah, I mean, we see that you both have a block apiece, and the hitting percentage, it seems that CLU is struggling a little bit, so Vassar is definitely on the better side of that. But awesome, yeah, thank you so much. Back up to you, Uni.
Yeah, Vassar takes the first set, 25-19, after being down. Got to interview Coach Gary last week during the UVC championships. He characterized his team as a team with a lot of fight, and we're certainly seeing that in the first set here. They refused to go down without putting up a competitive match. Kingsman really struggling with the first touch a little bit. Not quite able to find their hitters. Gonzalez, the libero, doing a great job holding down the ground and giving opportunities for the Kingsmen. But as Coco mentioned, Cal Lutheran struggling a little bit in terms of hitting efficiency, hitting a 1.67 as opposed to Vassar's 3.12. A little bit of advantage for Vassar as well. This is their third weekend in a row traveling to NYU to play. The first one was a UVC regular season match. This past weekend, they were here for the UVC championships, and now they're back at Paulson for the NCAA tournament, so they are very familiar with the gym. Kingsman with the first serve. It's Weber.
Weber's serve goes short into the net. The Brewers pick up the first point of the second set. Billy Fan will head back to the service line for them. Billy Fan rips one into the net. Back-to-back nice serves to open up the second set. Parker Brown. Let's see if he can change that narrative as he's at the service line for the Kingsmen. Passed by Sharon Lansbury is going to go back to Birnbaum. Hammers that cross court. Out of system set to Cooper. Tips it right over. Lansbury gets the up. Fan's going to go to Birnbaum. Out of system. Sets that one over the block. Galansky outside to Cooper. Takes a swing off the block. Dug up by Lounsbury. Shern out of system to Birnbaum.
Birnbaum with the kill.
Birnbaum, third attempt on that rally. The Vassar stands really excited with Birnbaum's kill there. Second of the match.
Yeah, he's absolutely a go-to player for the Brewers. He's a right side that plays in the front and back row, wherever he's on the court. Lounsbury will find a way to get him the ball, the kill leader for the Brewers.
Desai gets himself another ace. Armand Desai, the standout of this Sweet 16 match so far. 8 kills as a middle blocker in the first set and multiple aces as well. Desai trickles on the tape.
Tobias Clark shuts that one down. Armand Desai back to serve.
Desai floats it to Cooper. Glancy's going to go back to Stahl. And Clark is signaling no touch. Stahl had the hitting error into the net.
Yeah, early lead here for the Brewers. It looks like the Kingsmen are shaken up a little bit by that first set still. Not quite able to come out strong in the second set. Armand Desai back to serve.
Weber with the pass. Glancy's going to go back to Stahl. Off the block of Clark, it hits the ceiling. Looked like it was going a lot deeper, but the ceiling redirected it just down. And the Brewers unable to reset themselves under the ball.
Great service run by middle blocker Armand Desai. Tucker Shern checks back in to the game. Stahl back to serve.
4 kills on the night. Stahl serve trickles on the net. Lounsbury is going to go back to Birnbaum. Dug up. Great dig by the Kingsmen. Shern gets Cooper's swing up. Clark's going to take a rip from the outside. He's rejected. It's Boris Horuk and Gavin Galansky with that block. Kingsmen looking to change the tides of this game.
Bringing the energy back. They're down by just 2.
Stahl's serve is spun into the net. It'll give the Brewers a 3-point lead, and Walter Birnbaum heads back to the line.
Payne Lounsbury in the front row.
Birnbaum rips one to Weber. Perfect pass by Weber. Stahl's going to take a swing out of the back row.
Ooh, pancaked up. It's called down by the ref. It looked like there was, to me, it looked like there was some hand on it, but.
Yeah, if any part of the ball touches the ground, the ball is called down regardless. Great touch on that swing with the block by Tobias Clark, but the power of Stahl gets him his 5th kill of the match. 5 kills, 5 digs for Stahl.
Tucker Shern just so quick on his feet. Right before that, we saw a serve getting taped onto the net, able to get a perfect pass on that ball.
Birnbaum flies out of the back row, gets himself his 3rd kill of the match. Walter Birnbaum saw many, many points in the UBC championship for his team, just getting started here in the NCAA tournament. Tobias Clark with the serve for the Brewers. Pass by Gonzalez. Galansky's going to go to stall out of the back row. Off the block.
Birnbaum gets a touch, not quite able to stay in play. Great swing there out of the right side.
Horick with the service pass by Shern. They're going to go back to Akoto. Takes a swing, dug out by Cooper. Outside to Weber, one-on-one, and Weber bounces that ball down the line.
What a swing. Also, there were no blockers. Great misdirection by the setter, Galansky. Service ace.
Boris Horuk.
We're all tied up here now after being down in a deficit.
Horuk leads the Kingsmen in blocks, but is being an incredible asset to them from the service line. Cooper's going to go out of system. A little tight to Weber.
Ooh, Clark not able to get a hand on that. Great service run there by Horuk. He's doing a fantastic job stringing points for the Kingsmen. They're up now by 1.
Shern gets the pass line, so it's going to go outside to Fan. Tips it right over. Dug out by Weber. Birnbaum out of the back row. Off the block, and Birnbaum once again ending the rally for the Brewers. Armand Desai is going to come back into the front row, try to get himself into double-digit kills.
What an incredible sophomore class for the Brewers. Armand Desai, Walter Birnbaum, Tucker Shern doing a great job here in the Sweet 16 match. That was Weber with the kill.
Weber hammered that ball 4-4. That sharp angle shot, a little difficult to hit, but Weber makes it look easy. Clark gets the pass. Lounsbury going to go to the side, tips it over. And Lounsbury puts that ball away. Payne Lounsbury leads the team in assists and aces, but there he goes, getting himself a kill.
Even at 6 foot, he's a little undersized in the front row. Despite that, he is a force at the net. What a serve. So much power behind that swing. Weber is now back to serve.
What a swing by Stahl from the outside.
Ooh, lands in. Finds the last foot of the court.
The Kingsmen lead by 2 as Weber continues his service run. Fan gets the pass. Lounsbury is going to go outside to Birnbaum. Is rejected at the net. Parker Brown gets the bulk of that block with the assist of Michael Stahl. And the Kingsmen are up by 3 as Vassar calls their first timeout.
The Kingsmen really found their footing there after being down, after losing the first set 25-19 and being down earlier on in the set. Really able to turn it around. Weber, a standout here. Some incredible kills in the front row. He is serving back there now. Vassar struggling to get around the block of Cal Lutheran. Regardless, we've seen Vassar come back from a lot worse. So it's important that the Kingsmen don't let up and they keep up their run and keep swinging aggressively.
Looking into the stands, we see the NYU team watching this game. The winner of this game will play them to try to advance to the Final Four. Yeah, despite the home team not even playing, a lot of fans in the stands. Goes to show how exciting the NCAA postseason tournament is.
again, this tournament is single elimination and the end of season for a lot of teams. All teams will be giving it their all.
Desai tips it deep at the middle. Stahl from the right side hammers that to the center of the court.
Galinsky really doing a fantastic job redirecting that ball, isolating the blocker. Armand Desai not able to close that block, leaves an open hole for Stahl.
Lansbury is going to go back to Fan on the right side. Fan tools the block of Cooper. Cooper had his head over the net on that. What a big block, but Fan able to maneuver the ball off the hands and get a tool. He'll serve now for the Brewers.
Yeah, Lounsbury responds right back to Galinsky, isolates Billy Fan with one blocker, and he tools the hands of Cooper.
Fan rips that serve to Weber. They're going to go back again to Stahl, who tools the block of Clark. Michael Stahl, the 6'5" grad student out of Northridge, California. Such an offensive asset for the Kingsmen right now. Scrappy defense. Lansbury is going to go to Desai in the middle, and Desai has his 9th kill of the match. He'll head back to serve. Desai and Stahl all tied up for the kill leaders thus far, both at 9. Stahl on the right side. Make that double-digit kills for Michael Stahl.
Galinsky making it really easy for his hitters right now to get a kill. Solo blocks on his last couple of sets there.
Billy Fan with the pass. Lounsbury is going to hustle out assist of Birnbaum. Out of the back row is Weber.
Ooh, what a play there. Kind of juked out Okoto in the front row. No block up for that swing. Finds that deep corner. Another timeout called by head coach of the Brewers. And we're going to send it down to Coco.
Yeah, so I think right now what CLU is doing really well is those back row attacks are kind of keeping Vassar off guard. They're not really looking for them, and you can see that the defender's not really ready for that attack to defend it. So I think that's really working to their advantage and a part of why they have this 5-point lead right now. And also, as Uni was saying, those solo blocks, and they make all the difference. When you're up against 1v1, it's so much easier to see the court and have more shots. So having that middle blocker not able to close that block has been huge for CLU, and if they can continue to keep that up, then I think we're going to see them split sets and go to a third here. So we'll see what happens, but I'm interested to see how they continue to incorporate these back row attacks into the rest of this set. Back up to you, Uni.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams are kind of getting the hang and getting used to each other's rhythm. Both teams have found their footing here. It's really important to change it up time to time. Stahl back to serve. 5-point lead after being down for Cal Lutheran. And service ace out of that timeout. A tough spot to be in as a Brewer. Substitution being made. Billy Fan being subbed out.
Peter Myojinovic coming in for Fan in the back row as Stahl continues to hammer serves at the Brewers. Outside to Cooper, tools the block of Birnbaum.
The Brewers really struggling on serve receive here, Tobias Clark sending a free ball opportunity for the Kingsmen, results in a kill. They're up by 7.
What a pass by Clark. Okoto firing out of the middle.
Finds that last foot of the court. No one is there to get that ball up. Lounsbury checks out. Bonnie comes in. And Walter Birnbaum is back to serve.
No listed setter on the court for the Brewers. It looks like Bonnie's going to serve as a blocking sub. Many teams do this. And the libero will step in as the primary setter. And Birnbaum misses into the net. Shanel's going to come in for Birnbaum to be the setter now.
Cooper back to serve. We have Weber back in the front row. Last time Weber was in the front row, he was a significant problem for the Brewers.
Pass by Shern. Shanel's going to go to Okoto in the middle.
Okoto.
He's rejected at the net. It's Horuk and Galansky with that block.
An 8-point lead here in the second set for the Kingsmen. They're able to hit 20. The Brewers are at 12. Cooper back to serve.
Cooper's serve is short into the net. Tobias Clark heads back to the line for the Brewers as Billy Fan checks back in for Majocinovic. Fan floats it over, passed by Weber. What a dig by Clark. Fan rolls one deep to Cooper, outside to Weber, tips it over. Looks like it's going to be a net violation called on the Brewers, either Okoto or Bonnie with our block. Made contact with the net. It's going to be a kill for Weber, and Horuk will serve for the Kingsmen. Clark with the pass, going to go to Okoto in the middle, and he puts it down.
What a force the middles have been. Okoto finding the hardwood off the set of Shanel. Armand Desai checks back into the game, the kill leader for the match.
Parker Brown's swing goes wide.
Looks like the set was a little low, forcing Brown to kind of have to reach under the ball, and it sails out. Okoto back to serve again. The Brewers are down by 6, but again, they do a fantastic job of coming back.
Stall out of the back row, dug by Clark, but the Brewers are unable to get a second touch. Stall, 11 kills. Second set, not even over.
Bonnie with the kill.
Henry Bonnie coming in as the secondary right side, but making huge swings and getting himself up on the stat sheet.
At just a first year, playing in the Sweet 16. That was a crazy cross-court kill. Payne Lounsbury back in to serve. Number 9 in the nation for service aces.
Payne Lounsbury with the serve. They're going to go to Weber on the right side.
Off the hands of Billy Fan. Tucker Shern trips a little bit on the court, not quite able to get a touch.
Payne Lounsbury is going to go to Fan on the right side. Dug up by Stahl. Desai in the middle is dug by Weber. Outside to Cooper.
Billy Fan jumped a little early on that ball, leading him to be tooled off his hands. That was Cooper with the swing. The Kingsmen doing a great job reading on defense and just being in the right spot. The Brewers are struggling to find a kill.
Birnbaum on the outside tips it right over the block and gets the kill. Sometimes you don't need that big, powerful swing, just the tip. They'll catch the defense off guard, and that's exactly what Birnbaum did.
And we're at game point here for the Kingsmen. Billy Fan back to serve Tobias Clark back in the front row. The score is 24-17. Let's see if the Brewers can lessen the deficit.
What a serve by Billy Fan. The landscape the net. Payne Lounsbury gets the pancake.
The rally continues.
Desai with the dig. Goes over the net, and the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen take the second set.
Great recovery by them. They were down significantly at the beginning of the set. Able to come back, take the second set. We're going to at least a fourth here. Sending it down to you, Coco.
Yeah, I would say Cal Lu just demonstrated why they're the top D3 independent school in the nation. They just played so well in that set to come back from that loss in the first set. And they did, to get into this tournament, they had to be number 18, UC Santa Cruz, and they did that in 5 sets. So they're used to these scrappy plays where they're going to have to go like set for set with these schools, and I think that's why they were able to come back from that last deficit and able to win that set in a really dominant way as well. So we'll see how Vassar can respond and see if it's a little bit similar to the way Cal Lu was able to come back, but that was such a great set. So we'll see what the third one holds with the volleyball. Thanks, Edie.
A little bit of a longer set break here before going into the third set. We'll be right back to start that off. And we're just about ready to start off with the third set. What a comeback by the Kingsmen there. Weber and Cooper and Stahl as well, really showing up. Gonzalez holding down the back row. The Brewers really aiming their serve at the libero here, and regardless, he's putting up great passes to run the offense, which is making a big difference. In the first set there, it looked like the Kingsmen were struggling with the first touch a little bit. They were really able to fix that critical mistake, and they were able to take that second set 25-17, all tied up 1-1 here. This third set is going to be extremely competitive, as it would give either team an extreme advantage. Moving on to the fourth set. Payne Lounsbury back to serve for the Brewers.
Lounsbury's serve is into the net to give the Kingsmen the first point. of the third set.
Weber back to serve. Cooper back in the front row.
Shern with the pass. Billy Fan's going to attack it from the right side. Gonzalez goes out of system to Stahl. Gonzalez out of system to Cooper. Dug up by Lounsbury. Desai's going to sit. Fan out of system off the top of the hands. Billy Fan gets the kill, and Desai adding himself to another area on the stat sheet, and that's assists. Billy Fan back to serve now for the Brewers.
Billy Fan finding another way around the block after being shut down a couple times in that second set. Tools off the hands of the Kingsmen. Back to serve now. What a serve.
Birnbaum on the right side.
And he cuts that shot right inside the 10-foot line. Sharp cross court. Defensive grip by Payne Lounsbury. Great up there. Walter Birnbaum with the execution results in a point for the Brewers. Billy Fan with an aggressive serve down the line to Cooper.
Galansky back to Stahl.
Shot down by Tobias Clark. Solo block. The Brewers love that one. The fans love that one. They're up by 2. Early lead here for the Brewers. Again, the Kingsmen struggling a little bit off the first touch and getting the ball back over to the side of the Brewers.
Billy Fan spins it into the net, makes this a 1-point game. Parker Brown heads back to the line for the Kingsmen as Waruk is in the front row now. Clark with the pass, Lansbury to Desai in the middle. Kingsmen get it up. Another opportunity for the Brewers, and Birnbaum
finds the hole in the block and sends the ball into the cross-court seam. So dynamic. I mean, he hangs in the air for just a little bit, beats the block, and gets the point for the Brewers. The kill leader on Vassar.
Served by Desai, goes into the net. Michael Stahl will head back to the line. Multiple aces for Stahl on the night already. His serve very powerful, that even the slightest bit of push from the passer's arms causes it to go over. And just again, Stahl collects himself another ace.
Stahl back to serve, all tied up at 4 here. Wiping down some sweat on the court.
Another amazing serve by Stahl.
Birnbaum covers himself. Triple block.
Makoto setting Birnbaum. Scrappy defense by both sides. And Birnbaum tools the block of Cooper, ends that rally, gives the Brewers 5.
I think Birnbaum hit every single ball of that rally. That just a sophomore, he's the go-to player for the Brewers, doing such a great job holding down that offensive pressure. He's now in the back row.
Galansky outside to Cooper. Shern gets a touch and Fan saves that. What a save. Horuk slides on that back one and just hammers the ball to the floor. Vassar providing great defense, but the Kingsmen offense is just so powerful. Cooper rips one to Clark.
Ooh, shut down.
Horuk and Galansky on that block. The Kingsmen take the lead as Cooper continues serving. Passed by Clark. Lounsbury is going to go to Birnbaum out of the back row. Birnbaum's swing goes just long. Gives Cal Lutheran a 2-point lead. Cooper will continue his service run. What a serve. Lounsbury is going to go again to Birnbaum out of the back row. He'll take another swing. He's dug up by Cooper. Galansky to Cooper out of the back row. Dug up by Fan. Ball goes over. Birnbaum tries to get a hand on it, but Ben Weber shuts it down. Jordan Cooper on a great service run right now, causing Vassar to put in their 6-2 in Shanel and Bonnie. Pass by Clark. Shanel gonna go to the middle in a Kodo. He's dug up. Gonzalez out of system to Weber. Dug by Shanel. Fans stepping in to set it. Weber from the outside is rejected.
Ooh, back row misdirection attack. It almost looked like the ball was going to the right side as a slide, but he sets the back row. The Brewers were not quite ready to dig that ball. Early lead here, 4 points for the Kingsmen.
Cooper rips that serve into the net after quite a run. Tobias Clark will head back for Vassar. Clark floats it over to Weber. And Weber hammers it off the block of Akoto and Bonnie. Gets the tool for his 9th kill of the match. Horuk at the line for the Kingsmen. Shern with the pass. Shanel's going to go to Akoto in the middle. Sets a little high. He's forced to tip it. Free ball sent over to the Brewers. Opportunity. Bonnie from the right side hammers it. He's dug up. Another free ball for the Brewers. They'll go again to Bonnie. He's rejected at the net, but it goes off his head and over.
Ooh, great off-speed shot there. Tucker Shern not able to read that ball correctly. Goes sharp towards the right side of the court. Forced timeout call by head coach Richard Gary. We'll send it down to Coco. Coco, what's going on the side of the Brewers? Looks like they're struggling a little bit in here in the third set.
Yeah, thank you, Uni. I think 3 things that CLU is doing really well right now is they're recycling the ball, which is really smart. So if they don't think that they have a good enough set, they're just pushing it into the block so they can get the ball back and run a different play. And with that, they're also running these different plays in the middle, which has been really successful for them. They just had that slide that they did with the middle that got killed really, really well, and they haven't run that yet. So doing something that they haven't seen yet is working really well for them. And then also just their endurance through these plays. They're working really hard to just make sure that they're staying in every point. And I think that Vassar's doing that as well. They're just playing out every ball, but I think CLU just has a little bit of an edge on them, and that's why we see this point differential here. So we'll see how it works out towards the latter half of this set, but really good volleyball here so far. Back to you, Uni.
Yeah, thank you, Coco. as we know, we're all tied up in sets 1-1, going to at least a fourth set here. A lot more volleyball to be played tonight. The Brewers trail by 5. Kingsman with an advantage. The score is 11-6. Ulrich back to serve.
Sharon with the pass. Shanel's going to go to the middle, and Akoto, he gets that past the block of Brown. And Desai will head back to the front row as Akoto heads back to the service line for Vassar.
We haven't seen a lot of clean swing, straight down kills from Akoto. Looks like the connection is a little bit off. Regardless, he's finding ways to execute for the Brewers. Good defensive effort there. Very smart play.
Delansky with the serve. Shanel's going to go to Desai in the middle, off the ceiling. The Kingsmen play it. Free ball opportunity. Desai again, one-handed block by Brown. They're going to go outside to Fan, who's rejected at the net. Shern's going to send over a free ball. Gonzalez takes it. They go to Cooper out of the back row, and Shern unable to make that dig. Looked like he was in the right spot, just moved his arms at the last second. But regardless, a very great swing by Jordan Cooper. Gavin Galansky still at the line for Cal Lutheran. Shanel goes back to Bonnie down the line, and he tags the sideline. We've seen a lot of cross court from Bonnie during this game, but that ability to turn it down the line definitely caught the Kingsmen off guard.
Yeah, and especially that accuracy to find it right on the line. Incredible accuracy and athleticism by Payne. Lounsbury back to serve.
What a serve by Payne Lounsbury. Passed perfectly by Weber. He's going to go on the back one. Great play by Ben Weber, and Gavin Galansky coming in side and beating the block. Definitely caught the Vassar defense off guard.
Desai reaching over the block of Brown.
He'll join Weber and Stahl in the double-digit club of this match.
As a middle blocker, that's only a testament to the back row. First touch of the Brewers as well. Getting a great pass to be able to run the middle.
Billy Fan to serve for the Brewers. What a serve by Fan. Clips the top of the tape. They're going to go back to Stahl. Tobias Clark, one-on-one.
Solo block straight down, shuts down Stahl, the kill leader of the match. Huge momentum shift for the Brewers in terms of energy.
Tobias Clark, a senior for this Vassar team, showing out in his final tournament. Billy Fan hammers that.
Ooh, and Brown responds right back with the kill straight down. What a competitive match we have here in the third set. Again, they're all tied up 1-1. Whoever takes this set will have a significant advantage. 5-point lead for the Kingsmen.
What a swing by Parker Brown, but the fact that there was no blockers in front of him is a testament to Gavin Galansky's setting tonight. Tip goes out, and the Kingsmen will take a 6-point lead over the Brewers in set 3 as Parker Brown continues to serve. Shern gets the pass. Lounsbury is going to go back to Birnbaum. Swings quite out. Looks like Vassar is just figuring out their groove here. Lots of power, not a lot of control.
First time.
They'll call their second timeout of the set.
Yeah, the Kingsmen are up by 7 here. And yeah, it looks like the Brewers are a little shaken up from the second set as well. They kind of lost that by a large margin, 25-17, 8 points. Not able to turn it around quite yet here in the third set. Again, the Brewers do a fantastic job fighting from behind, but it looks like they're struggling a little bit. They're hitting a 250. They were hitting above Cal Lutheran there in the first set, but they've dropped to a 250. The Kingsmen hitting at 368, contributing to their big lead here. Also, Cal Lutheran, 40 digs as opposed to Vassar, only at 29. So defensively outlasting the Brewers is really helping them take the lead here in the third set.
Parker Brown will continue to serve for the Kingsmen. Desai's rejected at the net, but the Brewers able to cover it. Cooper will take a swing from the outside. He's rejected by the triple block of Vassar. Tips it right over this time. The ball's still up. Van's going to send over a free ball to the Kingsmen. They go to Stahl on the right side. Payne Lounsbury, scrappy defense getting under that ball. Horuk gets that kill. Deep left corner, a little bit of a collision there. Miscommunication between him and Stahl, but nevertheless, they make it work and get the kill. Peter Majocinovic is checking in for Tobias Clark. Vassar's just mixing it up, hoping to close this gap. Majocinovic gets the pass. They're going to go back. And Walter Birnbaum tags the opposite sideline. And he's back. 9 kills in this match. Armand Desai heads back to the service line. Weber gets the pass. Cooper from the outside, Desai. What a dig. Majocinovic a little tight. Fan stepping at a set once again to the middle of Kodo. Weber setting out of system to Cooper. Off speed. What an up, Armand Desai.
Rejected at the net by Horuk. The Brewers giving it their all in terms of defense, but the Kingsmen outlast Vassar.
Michael Stahl with serve. Up by Fan. The Brewers are forced to send over a free ball. Kodo didn't quite have the footing, and the ball doesn't go over. Stahl will return again. 9-point lead for the Kingsmen in this third set. Split set so far, so this match is going to a fourth set regardless. The Brewers will wipe up a little bit of sweat on the ground. Stahl's serve goes into the net. Shanel and Bonnie will check in for the Brewers as they enter into their 6-2. Shanel to serve with the 8-point deficit. Shanel's serve is just long. That'll give the Kingsmen 21. 4 more points for them to go up 2-1 in sets. And it's none other than Jordan Cooper at the back line. His serve hits the bottom of the tape. He's a little frustrated about that one, understandably. Peter Majocinovic to the line for the Brewers. His serve is floated into the net. Back-to-back missed serves. Triple back-to-back missed serves here in the third set. Let's see if Boris Horik can change that. He does. Shanel's going to go to Bonnie. Hammers that cross court. Scrappy ups by the Kingsman. Parker Brown gets it over off the dig of Stahl. And it lands just on the line. The Brewers thought it was going out, but it clips the court. Horik's serve is into the net. Armand Desai will enter the game as Gavin Akoto is serving for Vassar. Passed by Gonzalez. Galansky is going to be called over on that. The ball from the pass was across the plane of the net, and he can't reach over to grab it, even though he dumped it over. Point will go to the Brewers, and Akoto will continue serving. Pass by Gonzalez. Weber from the outside. What a powerful kill. Hits the inside hands of Desai, and the ball travels downward.
Weber with multiple powerful swings. And the Kingsmen outlast the Brewers in the third set. They're up 2-1. We're going to a fourth set here. If the Vassar Brewers drop this fourth set, they are done for this season. If they're able to take this fourth set, we're going to a fifth here. Sending it down to you, Coco, for the set break.
Yeah, so I think right here what we're seeing is both teams are being really competitive. We have these longer rallies, but the difference is that CLU is getting up all these digs. So right now, CLU has 44 digs, while Vassar only has 33. So that differential there is kind of why we're seeing CLU able to break away, string together those points, and be able to lead into this fourth set. So we'll see if Vassar is able to get on defense a little bit more, get these balls up, and give their hitters an opportunity to swing again, then we might be able to see them come back and push this to a fifth set. Back up to you, Uni.
Coming out of the third set break here, Cal Lutheran took that last one by a significant margin, 25-15. The Brewers not able to make a comeback and switch it up. Regardless, the score is back to 0-0. The winner of this match will take on NYU tomorrow in the Elite Eight to advance to the Final Four. If the Brewers are able to fight back, we'll go to a fifth here. If not, the match will go to the Kingsmen.
We were able to peek inside the huddle for the Brewers, and it was Gavin Akoto taking the lead and firing up his team, the senior middle blocker, wanting to give this game his all. We start off the fourth set. Billy Fan
starting off with a lot of fire, running it up for the Brewers. Cross-court kill off Payne Lounsbury. We're going to be seeing the seniors on both sides giving it their all, not wanting it to be their last match of their career.
Billy Fan now at the service line. What a serve by Fan. Gonzalez passes it perfectly. Stahl with the kill on that one. Tools the block of Tobias Clark. Stahl having himself quite a game. 14 kills, 13 digs, and multiple aces. Lansbury's going to go to Desai in the middle, and he tags that back line. Armand Desai is in that same boat with Stahl. 11 kills for himself in the match. Big numbers for a middle blocker. He's at the line now for Vassar. Weber with that pass. A little tight. The Kingsmen make it work. Fan is going to go out of system to Clark. Off-speed shot. Out of system. Stahl. Stahl's just so powerful. Off the triple block of the Brewers. He finds high hands and sends that ball flying towards the bleachers. His 15th kill of the match. He's at the service line now. Serve goes into the net. It gives the Vassars a 1-point lead as Walter Birnbaum will serve for the boys in red.
Birnbaum back to serve. Great topspin serve.
Outside Cooper over the block of Clark and Akoto. Finds the 1-6 seam for that kill. He'll head back to the service line while the Brewers wipe up some sweat. Clark with the pass. Akoto tipping it, recycling it off the block. Birnbaum's going to tip out of the back row, and Birnbaum gets into double-digit kills for this match.
Incredible service pressure there by Cooper. Serves it short, drops it right in front of Tobias Clark, taking him out of the offensive line. Regardless, the Vassar Brewers able to outlast the Kingsmen there. Looks like Akoto still struggling a little bit with the connection with his setter.
Tobias Clark floats it over to Weber. Kingsmen go to stall at the back row. Birnbaum gets the dig. It hits the ceiling, travels down a little too fast for Clark to get a second touch under it. Haruk will head back to the line to serve as Brown enters the front row. Shern gets the pass. Lounsbury's going to go outside to Fan. Billy Fan down the line. Ball lands around the 15-foot line. And the Vassars take a 1-point lead as Armand Desai heads back into the front row. Gavin Nakoto at the line. Delansky outside to Weber. What a play by Weber.
Tooled off the hands of Payne Lounsbury. Smart by Weber to go for the shorter blocker when you have Payne Lounsbury up there along with Armand Desai. They're going to go for the hands of Payne Lounsbury.
Clark with the pass. Lounsbury goes to Desai in the middle.
Oh, Desai once again doesn't have to be a full-on swing. He tips the ball right on the sideline, gets a kill.
Payne Lounsbury, team leader in aces, hammers one. Stall on the outside, gets a touch from the Brewers, and ties up this game at 6. Ben Weber with the serve for Cal Lutheran. Payne Lounsbury is going to go to Birnbaum on the outside. He's rejected. Parker Brown getting up and over. What a block for Brown. Weber's serve is short into the net. Billy Fan's going to head back to the service line. Brady Gonzalez for the Kingsmen has had such steady serve receive all night. The best serves he turns into perfect passes. And there he goes again.
One. Stall shut down. That's Tobias Clark with a solo block. His second or third of the night. Senior outside hitter giving it his all. Billy Fan back to serve.
Billy Fan's serve is into the net. Parker Brown will head back for Cal Lutheran. Boris Haruk in the front row. Floated over, passed by Clark. A little tight. Lounsbury's going to save it. Clark sends over a free ball. Cooper tips it over, dug by Lounsbury. Fan to set Birnbaum. Off the outside hands of Cooper. And Birnbaum gets his 11th kill of the night.
Incredible to see him be able to execute that ball out of system. Really interesting to see the Brewers actually have their outside coming out of middle back to take the out of system set. Billy Fan and Tobias Clark doing a great job with that.
Armand Desai at the line. His serve goes just long. Such a back and forth set here in the fourth. Michael Stahl at the line for the Kingsmen. Let's see if he can change that. Serve goes long. Shanel and Bonnie coming in for Lounsbury and Birnbaum. Shanel with the serve. Shanel's serve goes in the middle of the net, back-to-back missed serves. Jordan Cooper serving for the Kingsmen. Spins it over. Gavin Akoto off the hands, dug up by Cooper. Galansky back to Stahl. And Stahl finds the outside hands of Bonnie. Almost a 20 kills, Michael Stahl in 4 sets. What do you make of that, Uni?
I mean, a lot of hitters barely get to double digits, but to be at almost 20 alone, really goes to show his experience as a graduate student, leading his team in kills, a lot of confidence behind his swing, and we can see Galansky really looking for him wherever he is on the court.
Scrappy defense by the Brewers here. Inside.
Oh my God, Weber with a straight down kill on Tucker Shern.
What a play by the Kingsmen. Galansky to Weber, coming inside on that rip to beat the block of the Brewers and hammer that ball. Sharp 4-4. Jordan Cooper, the graduate student out of Roseville, California, continuing to serve for the Kingsmen. Clark will swing from the right side. He's rejected at the net. It's Weber with that block.
Timeout called, first timeout called by head coach Gary for the Brewers. Winding down here in the 4th set, the Brewers are in a little bit of a tough position. They're down in terms of set 2-1, and they're down in terms of score here. I do anticipate a significant comeback 2 weeks ago when they were at Paulson playing the #1 ranked team in the nation, NYU. They dropped the first 2 sets and they almost reverse swept NYU, just dropping it by 2 points. Same with the UBC runner-up. They played Nazareth, took it to a 5-set match, and fell a little bit short. Regardless, able to earn the at-large bid into the NCAA tournament over Nazareth. Is a team with a lot of fight here, a lot left to give. And I anticipate the 5 seniors on this team are going to be giving it their all in hopes of not cutting their season short. Out of this timeout, Cooper back to serve.
Shern with the pass. Shanel going to go to Clark on the right side. Stahl gets the up. Weber cuts that one. It's dug up. Bonnie rejects Galansky at the net. Weber's going to take another swing. Goes off the block. Fan. What a scrappy up. Clark again from the right side. Cuts it again. Weber's rejected at the net. Covered by Cooper. Stahl out of the back rows. Dug up by Fan. It goes off the ceiling. Akoto saves it. Bonnie's going to keep it in. And he lands in the net.
What an intense rally coming out of the timeout. Both teams refusing to go down without a fight. The Kingsmen outlast the Brewers here. Substitutions being made. Payne Lounsbury coming back into the game, as well as the primary attacker for the Brewers, Walter Birnbaum. Akoto misses wide, arguing for a touch, doesn't get it.
The whole Brewer squad on the floor seems to be pretty certain about a touch on that
Yeah, getting
ball.
really heated here. Every single point matters for them right now, especially when you're down a set and by 5 points. Cooper back to serve. Let's see if the Brewers can cut off the service run.
Cooper's serve goes into the net. 4-point game for the Brewers as Tobias Clark heads to the back line to try to close the gap. Karuk out of the middle. Hammers that ball down to end the run of Clark, and he'll head back to serve as Parker Brown enters the front row for the Kingsmen. Lounsbury going to Birnbaum out of the back row. Gets it over. Little bit of a scramble play for the Kingsmen here. Sends a free ball over. Opportunity for the Brewers. They're going to go outside to Fan.
Incredible defensive grit on both sides.
Birnbaum out of the back row. Just out.
And Coach Gary calls his final timeout, final opportunity of this match. It might be. They're down by 6 points here in the 4th set. The score is 17-11. It looks like the Brewers are a little bit error heavy on their end. We just saw Walter Birnbaum miss a wide cross-court shot. The Kingsmen are just playing incredible defense. 53 digs as opposed to the Brewers' 41. Hitting efficiency, they're almost hitting a 400. It's really hard to score points against a team that is outdigging you and hitting 387. The Brewers are going to have to really turn it around, not depend on the errors of Cal Lutheran. They're going to have to go out there with a lot more energy. And they're going to have to score the points for themselves, not wait for Cal to hand it to them. Gavin Akoto walking out on the court saying every point matters, and it certainly does. They're down by 6 here. 8 points to go to advance to Elite 8 for Cal Lutheran. 6 points down, 1 set, and 14 points to go for the Brewers. Akoto finds the court that time, deep corner.
Desai will head back into the front row for Vassar. Akoto serves it to Cooper. Outside Weber.
Off the hands of Payne Lounsbury. Again, taking advantage of even standing at 6 feet tall, a little bit of a shorter block.
Gavin Galansky, the freshman setter, with the serve. Lounsbury is going to find Desai in the middle. Dug up by Cooper. Outside Weber is going to take a swing, rolls it. Galansky again to Weber. This time takes advantage of the early block of Lounsbury and Desai, able to get the ball to the top of their hands, travel off of it to where Shern can't reach it. 19-12 here in the 4th set as the Kingsmen are looking to close out this match.
It's not even that the Brewers are playing poorly or anything. I think the Kingsmen are just doing a fantastic job. It's really difficult to play against a team that has 2 players at double-doubles already and hitting efficiency 394.
Desai out of the middle. 13th kill of the match.
Payne Lounsbury, nationally recognized for aces, back to serve.
Payne Lounsbury rips one. Gonzalez with the perfect pass back to Weber on the right side. Billy Fan solo block, rejects him. 5-point game. Payne Lounsbury is still at the line. one of the top servers in Division III. He'll rip one just out. Ben Weber at the back line for Cal Lutheran. 5 points needed for the Kingsmen to advance to the Elite Eight. Lansbury's going to go to Desai in the middle. He's rejected by Brown. They're going to go back to Fan on the right side, and Fan uses the block. He'll head back to the service line. The Brewers looking for any bit of momentum to get themselves running here and close the gap. Billy Fan rips one cross court to Weber. Perfect pass. Stahl on the right side, just unstoppable.
Oh my God, gives him his 20th kill of the night in just 4 sets. 4 points to go for Cal Lutheran.
Desai with the pass. Lounsbury saves it. They get it over. Out of system, they go to Cooper. Dug up by Fan. Lounsbury is going to go to Birnbaum on the right side. Hits that one cross court. Weber out of system to Stahl. Is rejected. Tobias Clark getting the bulk of that block with the assist of Desai and Birnbaum. Desai will head back to the service line as Akoto checks into the front row. Weber with the pass. Outside Cooper. One-on-one with Birnbaum, and he finds the outside arm to tool him. Get himself into double-digit kills as Stahl heads back to the service line. Stahl's serve goes into the net. Shanel and Bonnie coming in for a 6-2. Once again for Lounsbury and Birnbaum, hoping to turn the tides of this 4th set.
22-17. Vassar is down by 5.
Shanel serve again into the net. Jordan Cooper with the serve.
Service ace late in the game. Gives them game point. 1 point to go to advance to the Elite Eight to play NYU tomorrow. Could be one of the last points for Tobias Clark. Billy Fan, Gavin Akoto on the court right now.
Jordan Cooper rips it into the net. One more opportunity for Vassar here.
The Brewers stay alive. Tobias Clark back to serve. Senior outside hitter. Billy Fan back in the front row.
Ben Weber with the pass. They'll go to Cooper at the back row.
Point goes to the Brewers. They stay alive. 24-19.
Clark will continue serving. Another pass by Weber.
Blocked. Again, they're within 20, 24-20. how exciting. They've scored the last 3 points. The Brewers stay alive at game point.
(2024) here in the fourth set. Cal Lutheran up 2. Spice Clark. Gonzalez with the pass.
And that gives them game. The Kingsmen take the Brewers in 4. They will advance to the Elite 8 to play number 1 NYU tomorrow. What an incredible season it's been for Vassar. They've played at Paulson for the past 3 weeks. End of the career for 5 seniors for the Brewers. Great fight there. Regardless, the Kingsmen will advance to the next round. We will be right back for a post-game interview with Coco Barton at courtside.
All right, so I'm here with Gavin Galinsky, freshman setter for CLU. As a freshman, this is your first time in the NCAA tournament. How did you deal with the pressure of being in this Sweet 16 game?
I mean, it wasn't really that much pressure per se because all my team is returning national champions. So it's really comforting to have teammates that have a lot of experience, and then being in this situation before isn't new to them. So their comfort kind of laid back onto me, and it kind of eased my anxiety.
51 assists in this game. How did you prepare to be so successful today?
I mean, a lot of film, just watching what the blockers normally do in certain situations, and then just mixing around the offense a little bit, and then the rest does itself. I got good hitters.
Yeah.
So
you're going to be facing #1 NYU tomorrow. What are you guys going to do to prepare for that match?
I mean, same thing we do as always. Film, stretching out right now as a team. Do what we do, and we'll see what the outcome is.
Awesome. All right, well, good luck. Thank you.